Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. This is another series session of this series Web API. So this time actually we are not going to writing any one line of code, and this time they will give us actually the whole things like entity framework, SQLite, and the all get post delete every endpoint actually will create automatically within 2 minutes. So that is a very great feature comes in Visual Studio 2022. So for the beginner, that's very helpful for them, like how we can create so that they can see and they can understand. So let me show the demo what would be what would like that. Okay, so see, this is whatever we done in our previous session, in this web API session. So I already created, we have created many this blog endpoint, so everything from the scratch. So every endpoint we have to writing the code, but this time we have don't worry about to writing a code. Okay, so let's see the project architecture as well. See, similar project also will create it, but this time it will create it with this the context file as well. This will create that SQL file, SQLite DB as well, and also controller will create automatically. This all the implementation will create automatically. Okay, we don't worry about an injection. Also see, uh, also it will inject this controller, and it will resolve the dependency injection as well automatically. Also create a connection. See, the connection will be created automatically, not I have to worry about anything. So let's get static. So stop this, close this, let's start. Or if before starting, I'm especially recommend to just zoom in. Let me zoom in it. Okay, so especially recommend to you, like first before starting, just okay, wait, especially recommend to you before starting this session. So this is was generating code automatically, but definitely if you know, you don't know like what is that and how it's working and what code, what that means of that code. So in this case I especially recommend please refer to this two sessions, so that it will help to understand like, okay, what is API and how we can create that endpoint, everything. So this is important. Okay, so let's start, create a first project. Actually I'll create in this session only for controller based approach, but yeah, in the next session we'll create how that automatically scaffolding everything from that minimal API as well. So new project, choose ASP.NET web API. Next, for web API controller base. Okay, remove the solution name is a controller base. Okay, next. Okay, now here see, if you want to, already I explained actually in my previous session, so I don't going to deep details again. But yeah, see, this is use controller. So I, if you want to create an API with this controller based approach, so you have to check this one. And if you don't want, you want to create a minimal API, then you uncheck. So right now I want to create a controller based approach, so just check and this enable API, open API, create it. Okay, so it will create within a second, it is fine. And then what I need to do, it is restoring also completed. So it is similar architecture, it's default template, so I remove the default stuff. So delete this one, also here delete the controller as well. Okay, now see, there's a nothing over there. Also see, app setting is nothing also. So let me add a model. Okay, whatever model I want to create, so let me add that one. So put on the model. Okay, and create a model class, create a model. I'm sorry, not model, it's a blog. Okay, so blog is my favorite, so that's why I always prefer this blog model. So see, blog is created. So now just create few property. So it is shortcut prop and then just id, blog id, and then name and then description. So this is a three property as of now. It's fine. And then finally start. So right click on the project solution. Okay, and let me zoom it so that, yeah, so right click on the project and then where have to go, you have to just click on this add. Okay, and now add, and then you have to choose this new option. Okay, let me zoom again. So you have to choose this option. Okay, and then, okay, why it's going go. Okay, so let me choose, okay, new scaffolding item. Okay, choose this one. And then if you want to create MVC thing, so also you can create that MVC part, but yeah, I'm going to now demo is the API, so just choose API. And there is a two section. Okay, this is important, carefully listen and see this. uh, this is a API control with action using entity framework. This is controller based approach. So if you trying to controller based approach, so you have to use this one. If you have to if you trying to use that minimal API, so that time you have to choose this one. So right now, this session also I will cover in this next video, but yeah, in this session I covering this one. So controller based approach. So click this add. After that it will ask few things like, okay, what is the model class which you want to create. I want to create this model class, whatever I create under the model block. And then if do you have any DB context class, so just you can just check over here. If it is not there, then you can just add and just change it to, also you can create itself, but yeah, it automatically generated in this namespace along with this name. But I want to change this name to, because this is very long name, so I want to create db, okay, no, blog db context. Okay, context, context. Okay, add. So okay, now it's service provider. Also it is not only for the SQLite, you can select any provider, like, okay, SQLite on SQL server, postgresql, also azure cosmos db. So this liability give us many providers. So as of now I'll create a SQLite, so I just choose SQLite. Also see the controller name. If you want to change controller name, you can choose change it, but as of now it's fine because I create a model for blocks, so I'll prefer to blocks controller as well. So add within a minute. Actually I'm saying 2 minutes, but yeah, I think max to max 1 minute or 1.5 minutes you can able to create your API with entity framework and SQLite. So just creating, see there's a nothing but now after once completed. Okay, so first just review of the controller, API controller. So see the API controller. No, before going to API controller, I think first we have to go to that block context. So where is the block context? See, this is a block context. No, this is a controller. And where is the block context? So see under the data, see this is a block context. Let me zoom it. Okay, so it is creating the automatic create a class. Okay, so inherit this db context, and then automatically it is calling the constructor and call the base context, base class. And then it is automatically set our model. Okay, see this is our model. Okay, so it is generating. Also see app dot setting, going to app dot setting, automatically create a connection string, our no that db, our SQLite db. And then I want to move into block controller. So see the block controller, it is injecting our block db context, and it is creating the get call, get block. So in the get block, the context or block, and then get by id, to get by block id. So see get by id and return block. And then it is bad also handling the bad request if it is null. So while creating a post and a new blog, put you want to, if any want to update any blog, so that time if it is nothing, so that time it is bad request, neither it is modify, and then save change as well, and then return no content. Okay, so everything implement itself. Okay, nothing up to body. Okay, and also next session I will create like, it is actually directly called to our DB context in the control, so that is a bad approach actually. So we can move it to the service, to our, we have to call our service layer to here control level, and in our service layer we can call our DB context. So that I'll cover in the next session, how we can frame that architect. Okay, architecture. So yeah, as of now is fine. Let me run this application and see what happening. Okay, one more thing I forget. So go to, okay, before starting, so go to program.cs file. See, uh, program.cs file. It is automatically resolve the dependency of DB context. See, this is one. Okay, let me bring this line and let me zoom it. Okay, see, automatically create that builder.service add DB context, whatever our context is created, and thus use the SQL whatever provider we choose based on this provider it choose, and also get the connection string from the apt content. So it is automatically everything is done. Okay, and let's check our thing is working or not. Let me get and try to execute. See, one issue. Okay, let me zoom it. Okay, what is saying? It is saying SQLite error. Okay, SQLite error one, no such table block. Okay, so it is finding a DB SQLite DB, but there is no any block table. That is expected, just because see, it is created everything. Okay, DB is created, context is created, but we have not done any migration. Okay, so that migration thing is pending, that is not automatically done by itself, this feature. So that we have to do. So there is a two approach actually. One is directly you can just command prompt, and in this here that add dot migrate, you can just put some command, add dot migration or update dot migration. But again, Visual Studio 2022 give this great feature. You don't worry about that command. Okay, what is that command? Add migration, update migration. So if you see, let me zoom it again. So this is connecting service. Okay, in this connecting service, just double click on that, you will see the service dependency. Okay, so as of now the SQLite, we are trying to do SQLite. Okay, so this the provider we choose. So what we have to do, just click here and migration. Okay, just click add migration, and it will see, it will select, it will actually searching. Okay, see, this is searching, and it will searching under what is that DB context name. Okay, so this is fine. See, automatically it's finding if it's more than one, so definitely it will pop up over here. So as of now we have one blog.db context. So just finish. See, migration start, add migration. Okay, and so see, once completed, see, migration folder also created, and this migration also is created for the table. Okay, and what we have to do, we have to just update the migration as well. So again, click here, go to there, update db context. This is a nice feature actually. We don't bother about like, okay, how many command need to remember. So just update, finish, close. Let me build again, rebuild solutions. Okay, will succeed, and run again, and let's see what happened. Okay, see, now get, try out, execute. See, right now it's 0. Okay, there is no data. So also we can make sure, how we can make sure, just open our any studio. Like if you you do you have a BS code, so also you can check that BS code about that DB SQLite DB. And also I have installed in a SQLite Studio, so just open SQLite Studio, and here what I will do, I will just remove everything from the old, okay, and just bring that DB, whatever DB is now. So what is that? Our application name is application name is what? Application name is web API controller base. Okay, so looking for web API controller base. Yes, web API controller base. So this one, select web 5, not 5 I guess. So let me copy the path. Okay, let me copy this path, copy full path, and go to here and check change to path over here. Just remove one directory here, and then controller. See, this is our DB, so just select it and okay. See, the block table is there. Also, if want to see the data, like to write a open editor and select star from log. Okay, so just run this command. See, there is a no, this is a command, okay, and there is a no data. Okay, so let me post some data. Okay, so let me post some data over here and just post. Okay, let me first blog is C sharp try out C sharp, and this is C sharp logs. Okay, execute, just check. Okay, it is 201 it is created. Then let's move more, like web API controller base approach. Okay, so again controller based approach. Okay, execute. See, 2 is there. Let me check here first. Execute, get call is 2, and now check the DB as well. So execute. See, name is C sharp, description is this, API is this, so our DB also is reflected. Okay, so let me try again, get by ID as well. So try to find the ID. It's 1. So one is C sharp, second one is web API control, also fine. Then try to update, and trying to update second was the API. So next say okay, minimal API blog, and we can put some, yeah. Next session we'll learn to we'll learn to this for minimal API. Okay, so let's execute. Okay, and check the DB first. Okay, see, did it change? It's execute or not? Okay, it's 401. So something is problem. Okay, 2 is not there, I guess. 2 is there. Execute. Yeah, 2 is there. Then why it's not working? So 2, I put this 2, and then next session. Okay, let me reduce some things. Next, execute, and let me get y2. Yes, it is updating. Let me check again, and Okay, might be we have to refresh all the data schema. Then see, yeah, it is updated. Actually, we have updated with controller only, right? So yes, this is controller. We have not changed on this top. So okay, so that is fine. And then no, no, something has a bad request. So why it's bad request? Let me check. Okay, so this is important. If it is not working, so we can check it, like why it's not working for put. Okay, so let me check. Put the debugger. Okay, let me hit this endpoint, execute, and whatever data we have next this, and then F10. ID is 2, log ID is 2, ID is 2, and blog ID is 0. Okay, blog ID is 0, that's why it's not updating. Okay, so what need to do? We have to pass, I think, blog ID as well here. Okay, so pass is 2. Just execute. Let me check. Yes, this time is pass. Okay, so execute. Okay, this is success. Let me check DB. Yes, next is there. Okay, minimal API next. Okay, so that's why it's failing. Just we are missing the object over here. Okay, so that additional check actually over there, that check is not required. Okay, that check we can remove over here, because we already passed the data over here. Based on this, we can find the data actually. Yeah, this is little bit modification required over here, that but put. Okay, so that is fine. Now moving forward to delete. So let me try to delete as well, and I want to delete 2. Execute. Success. Let me check DB first. Okay, see, 1 is delete. Also, if you check here, see, delete. So that's all for here. Next session will come with how we can do with the minimal API also. Okay, so thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell icon. Okay.